Moving on, but staying in the AFC West, we're going all the way to Monday night. And this one might be a pretty good one. It's going to be Kansas City heading to Jacksonville. The Chiefs are going to be 3.5-point favorites. The over-under is 46. On the money line side of things, Kansas City minus 185, Jacksonville plus 160. Raider Jim, your thoughts? Chiefs at Jags Monday night.
This might be a little more entertaining than meets the eye. I think Jacksonville is going to show up and play a very good game offensively. If they've got the right scheme, I think they can work against the Kansas City defense. The thing about Kansas City and the game that they just played, were they that good? Are they back? Or is Baltimore not as good as we all thought? You know, you take both of those and meet halfway, and maybe Kansas City's just mediocre still. But they're going to find out. One thing that Jacksonville has on their side, through the first 4 games, 9 interceptions. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of takeaways. And so they're just going to be in the back, just waiting for the ball to get put in the air. See how the secondary does. Unfortunately for Jacksonville, Eric Murray, their safety, questionable with a neck injury. If he's not back there and they've got to go with the backup, that could be a little dicey for Jacksonville, but still, let's see what the line can do, what kind of pressure they can put on, and see how well they cover those receivers. Who's going to cover Worthy? I don't know. That kid just, like I say, I just got a lot of respect for his speed, and he definitely, you have to focus on him. If you don't key on him, you're going to get burned, and if you do key on him, you're going to get burned because there's other people that Patrick can throw to. So it's really going to come down to which defense can keep the offense into the game. I actually would take a point on this one and go Jacksonville plus 4.5. Over under, I think I'll take a half point and go over 45. I think we're going to see some points on Monday Night Football. No weather issues from what I saw.
Yeah, I think Jacksonville has kind of flown under the radar. Mm-hmm. There was a very contentious Travis Hunter pass interference call that really cost them in their only loss. And this is a team, again, that we've been waiting for Trevor Lawrence to take a step forward, and he did a few years ago, and then it almost seems like he took a step back or two. But for me, the story of this team is Travis Etienne. I think he has finally blossomed into what we saw at Clemson and what we expect to see going forward. I am very, very intrigued by this matchup because this is the ultimate measuring stick for the Jaguars. Also, if you remember a few years ago, this was a Jaguar team that in the divisional round was leading at halftime against Kansas City. Now, I get it. They didn't pull it out, but I don't think this team is necessarily intimidated, or at least Trevor Lawrence isn't. No. And being at home Monday night, I think there's going to be a lot of, pressure on Kansas City. It's kind of their first national TV game since they figured it out, quote unquote. And on Kansas City side of things, it was very impressive to see what Xavier Worthy was able to unlock for them. And it's kind of scary what questions you have to ask what happens when Rashee Rice enters back into the equation, because that might even be even bigger story. As much as I like Xavier Worthy, I think Rashee Rice is a more complete wide receiver at this moment.
Absolutely.
And that's a scary situation. You're still going to have Hollywood Brown and obviously Worthy and Kelsey. So, but in terms of this game, obviously, I see a 3.5 point spread, and it's very hard for me to take the negative side of it. So give me Jacksonville. I'm going to take them plus 3.5. Butker comes out late, kicks a late field goal. That's okay. We enjoyed our night. I cashed my ticket. And I'm going over as well. Jacksonville's defense is good. Kansas City's defense has been good. I don't know. I think this is going to be a game. Like I said, Jacksonville wants to prove on national TV, not only that they can compete with Kansas City, but they can beat Kansas City. And if Jacksonville gets the win here, that will, I think, open a lot of people's eyes to what Jacksonville can do in that division and in the AFC overall. But either way, if you're going to give me a team that I really think is flying under the radar and you're going to give me 3.5 points, I mean, that's a layup for me. Whether or not it goes in, that's another question. But over under, give me the over again. I think the offenses get going. I think I will buy a 0.5 point, though. Nobody likes a push. So give me 45.5 on the over under.
There you go.